Okay, I said I'd do a little video on how to create these double lookup blocks. Let's hope this one works. This is only the 10th time I've tried this. You'll be amazed how difficult it is to vlog these days. Right, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to create a double lookup of the 910 window. And I'll show you how I put it together. What we're going to do, we're just going to do it for the first two styles. I'm not going to add in the others, it will just take too long. But once you've done this, you'll kind of get the idea. Just to make life easier, what I'm going to do is copy the lines of this 910 1050 and we'll work from that. So Control Shift C. So it asks for an insertion point. I'm just going to pick there. Highlight that. For some reason it's running a bit slow. And then I've got another empty drawing here, and what I'm going to do is just paste that in here. Okay, so all we got is just lines. There's nothing working as a block at the moment. So the first thing to do is create a block, so B, and I'm going to call it, I don't know, win, oops, let's go for capitals, win underscore 910. Insertion point. Now, do you remember we were saying we were going to pick the middle top of the block, simply because it's going to line up with all the other blocks and bits and bobs underneath, and if we have to make it any larger, it'll expand centrally about that point. Also, that point there level is the 2100 mark above finished floor level, so we're gonna, it's just a common good position. If we start putting it in the corners, everything will scoot off in all directions. So let's keep it to the middle and the top. I've got scale uniformly on, and I've got opening block editor on. So okay. Oh, no objects, so let's select some objects. Okay, yep. And redefine. Now I'm going to redefine it because I've already had a go in once before. So here we go. This is the block now, just the first view. Now, to create a double dynamic block, in other words, something that's going to have two drop-down menus, ideally, you can do that with something that changes dimension, but you can't do it in Autocad with visibility states. You can do it with one set of visibility states, but you can't do it with two sets of visibility states. So there's a workaround, and what we do is we create two dummy dimensions, associate the visibility with the dimension, and then make it work from there. So first, it sounds a bit odd, but follow me through and you'll kind of see how it works. What we're going to do is create a couple of false objects to dimensions. So let's have a circle. I'm just going to put it here, just move it up. And then I'm going to copy it. Okay. And then we want some dummy dimensions. So just from there to, I don't know, there. It doesn't matter where these dimensions are. It doesn't matter how far these dimensions are. It really doesn't make any difference. And it doesn't even matter what that circle is or whatever. These are just dummy placeholders. And let's call this first one style. That's going to be the name of our first drop down. We don't want to show its properties, and we don't need any grips for it. And then the next one we'll call height. Going to be our other little drop down. Again, we don't need to show any properties, and we don't need any grips. Okay, good. Then we're going to need a couple of visibility. We're going to need a set of visibility for the all the different block options. So pop that in there. And then we're going to need a couple of lookups, so we can go and look up the heights and the styles, etc. So we'll create one, and then I'm going to create another one. Oh, I don't know, somewhere. I'm just using this as a line on the side just to line these up. Now I'm just going to move them off to one side so it looks a bit neater. Okay, right. So these two lookups, one's going to be height, and one's going to be style, and one's going to be height. So let's just wire those up. So if you double click that, you'll get this property lookup table come up. And this is where we put in our different inputs and then the outputs of what they mean. So let's follow this through. We're going to make this first one's going to be style, so pick OK. And then what we're going to do is put the number of the style, so 1, 2, 3, etc. And then we're going to give the name for that style on the right. So the styles, we've got 1, 2, okay. And the first one is traditional, and the next one's going to be arts and crafts. You could carry on down all these different styles if you wanted, but we're just going to work with 2 at the moment. Now it says read only. If I go to the end and press return, it says allow reverse lookup, and you need that. You need to make sure that's on there, otherwise things aren't working. Okay, let's go to the other lookup, double click that, and then this time we're going to pick height. Pick OK, and we've got 3 heights to deal with. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and the first height is 1050. Return. Next one is 1125, and then the last one is 1200. So you haven't still got read only. So return, and then you get allow reverse lookup. So important we got that. Okay, so they're all set up. Visibility. Double click that. Well, at the moment we've only got 1 visibility state, and that's just that first view. So let's rename that, and we're going to call that TRD underscore 910 underscore 1050. So that's our first window option, and then pick pick anywhere. And now we're going to create some new ones. So the next one's going to be TRD underscore 910 underscore 1050. Now make sure you've got hide all existing objects in the new state, otherwise we're going to end up with a whole load of windows on top of each other. And pick OK. It's already in use. Oh yeah, of course it is. So let's just rename that 1125. And then because I've already highlighted new, all we have to do is press return and it'll come back up again. So TRD underscore 910 underscore 1200. OK. And then return again. And let's do the next one. ART 910 underscore 1050. Return. ART underscore 910 underscore 1125. Return. And then the last one, ART underscore 910 underscore 1200. Return. Okay, right, so we've got all 6 visibility states all set up, and it's going to take us to the last one, and of course there's nothing in there at the moment. So let's go back to the first one. So there it is. That's our first one set up with its insertion point at 0, 0 up at the top there. So let's go and get the others. Now you could close this, save it, go and find the other block somewhere on your drawing, copy it, open up this block again and paste it in. Now that's just wrought with problems that are going to slow everything up. So what I've done is what I'm going to do is drop back to that reference file and copy paste them from here. So let's do Control Shift C. So you want the 910 1125. Remember to pick the middle top of the block as our insertion point. Back to our block again, Control V, and then the insertion point is going to be 0, 0. Okay, so on to the next one, do TRD 1200. So back to their other file, Control Shift C, so it's asking for an insertion point in the middle, and then grab that window. Return. Back to the test block, Control V, insertion point 0, 0. Okay, next one. Onto the ARTs. Control Shift C, middle top, grab the block, back to the block, Control V, 0, and then 1125, back to the block, Control C, grab the block, back into our dynamic block, and then the last one, 1200, reference block, Control Shift C, middle top, grab the file, back to Wind Test, and Control V, 0, 0. Okay, so now what we have is a whole series of blocks all set up with the different views. And let's go back to the first one there. Okay, now we're going to join them all up onto so that these two work. At the moment they're working independently, but they need to work together. So what we're going to need to do, if we go down to this side panel here, we're going to go to parameter sets. I'm going to discreetly delete that so you pretend it's not there. And what we're doing is going to create a lookup set. Now a lookup set is the parameter plus the action all joined up, but what we're going to do is create a new one, to create this double lookup. So you right click it, pick copy, and pick anywhere here, and pick paste. And now we've got two lookup sets. So let's rename that one to double. Back to capital again. Double lookup. Okay. And then return. Right click and pick properties. And you'll see in the actions down here, if you touch it, you get this little icon come up. Pick that, and then we're going to add in another action. So now we've got two lookups, so you just press that button and it appears. Okay, okay, and then we're going to add one of these in. So pick that button, and then we're going to drop it, I don't know, somewhere around here. And you see, wherever it's got an exclamation mark, it means something's not wired up right. These haven't got them because we've just gone through and populated the databases, so we're okay. So what we're going to do is start setting these up. So the first lookup, what we need to do is add in not one lookup this time, but two, and we're going to pick height, style, and height. So press Shift and then pick the next one, and then pick OK. And now instead of one, we've got two. Okay. And now we need to tell it that there are all the different options. So we're going to pick style 1 with height 1. Then we got style 1 with height 2. And then we got style 1, yep, with height 3. And then we got style 2 with height 1. And then it's just a quick way I've found is if you go 2 down 2 and then you go back up to here, so you can go 1, 2, 3. So you don't use the return button, use the up and down buttons, otherwise the return tends not to work for some reason, not sure why. Then we've got to tell it what those are. Well, that is the TRD 10910 1050, which is our first one. And we got the TRD 910 1125, and then the TRD 910 1200. Then we got the ART 19 1050, ART, don't know why I've gone into Rodney mode, 10 1 1200. No, it's got that wrong. 1125, and then ART, whoops. ART underscore 910 underscore. Now I'm going to deliberately put this wrong. Now, sorry, no, I'm going to put that back. So that should be 1200. Okay, so we've got all these lined up. They're all the different options. And remember, we've got this allow reverse lookup. That's appeared because we picked return after that. Okay. Now to set up the last one, so double click that. Now this time what we're going to do, we can have an add property, and this is where we pick the visibility state one, and this is how it's all going to join up and create the magic. Here we don't have to put anything in because it's already there. It's in this pull down, and in each of them we're going to show all the different visibility states that are available in order, because they're going to match up with our list that we've got. Whoops, wrong one. Is that 1200? No, 1200. So we've got 6, yep. And then we have to put in their names. Now the names are exactly the same as what these visibility states are. So you can type them in, but there's a quick way. If you highlight that, it doesn't, if you right click or anything like that, it doesn't come up. There's no copy paste, but if you highlight it, press Control C, and then Control V, it will actually copy it. So Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. And we need that double lookup, that reverse lookup. So return, and there we go, allow reverse lookup. Okay, so in theory it's all going to work, but let's just check these views. Do you remember we set up each of the new visibility states and we said turn off everything and we just put this block in? Well, unfortunately that means all the arrows aren't, the pull down arrows aren't appearing. So we need to make sure they show in all the other visibility states. So let's go back to the original one. Now, in here, there's two ways. What you can do is you can highlight these and change their visibility display up here, make them visible. But that means you've got to go through each of these and change the manually each one. Now there is a way of changing that so it's the same for all of the different states. There's no command. No one tells you this, but it's a manual command. And what you have to do, highlight these that you want to show, type BV show, and it will say, do you want it to appear in current or all? And you type in all. Okay. So now when you go to any one of these now appear. Okay. Oops, zoomed in too much then. Okay, so let's just test it. There's a few things that aren't going to work right, but I'll show you how to clear it up. So let's pick OK and highlight the thing, and we've got arrows everywhere. Now that's simply because these haven't been turned off. Okay, and the same with these circles are going to appear. So let's just drop back into the editor and clear that up. So these lookup parameters, to turn them off, just highlight them and say show properties no, and turn off the grips as well. Okay, so that won't appear anymore. Same with that visibility one there, go to show properties and say no, and number grips is 0. Okay, so that will turn off. Now these circles, they're not parameters, they're just objects. So what we're going to have to do there, in the same way as we turn these on, we're going to have to turn these off in all the views. So the command is the opposite, is BV hide, and then again it says do you want it in the current or all of them, so you just type all. So all of them it's going to hide. Okay, there we go. Now you can't see it, and if you ever wanted to edit it or change it, if you just pick this visibility states, whoops, not that one, sorry, this one here, you can see it faintly glowing, and then you can highlight and change them if you want. So there's a little switch up there for turning things all back on again. So let's close that block editor, save the changes, and now when you highlight it, you've just got those two down arrows, which is great. And there we go, we've got traditional arts and crafts, so that's traditional, and then we go to the different heights, and that should change all the heights. So go through them all, double check just to make sure they're all appearing correctly. There's lots of ways where this thing doesn't work, and I'll deliberately muck one up so you can see how things can affect it in some way. If I go to this bit here, let's say I change that to a 50. Okay, and we do close, save, and arts and crafts, and you see it's not working. It's on the 1200 still, and it's locked, and that's telling you something's not working in the type. And this is simply because I changed that to a 50, and actually it should be a 25, otherwise it's not going to look for the right object. And it's normally down to the text, and especially when you're typing something in, that's where things go awry. Okay, so there you go. That's how to create a double lookup file. If you liked it, pick the tick button, and if you want to put a little donation to my sponsor, which is me, in my back pocket, pick the buttons below. Okay, hope that was really useful. Any problems, keep it to yourself.